You ever heard of a killer? I drop bombs like Hiroshima.
So I said, look at LeakYou video. What the fuck is LeakYou? Is it like a site? What's LeakYou? LeakYou. Is it a YouTube channel? Oh shit. Oh, all right, bet. Here we go.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
One, two, three, four.
Man, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Coming through for a very quick live, as promised, on this beautiful Saturday night, this very rainy Saturday night where I'm at, to talk to you guys about a very strange monolith that popped up in Wales recently. This is not the first time that a very UFO-like monolith has managed to just pop up out of nowhere with no footprints, no tracks, nothing leading to this very strange 10-foot metal monolith, all right? So recently, well, actually, before we even do that, I want y'all to hear this really quick. One sec. Let me make sure y'all can hear this. This is very interesting. Just a little news clip from Wales.
The question, are we alone in the universe? Or have aliens landed in Wales to accompany the sheep? Well, social media is alight this week with conspiracy theories as a mysterious 10-foot silver monolith landed atop Hay Bluff near Hay-on-Wye. We've sent Talk Today's Nick Ellaby there to investigate.
Morning, Jeremy. Morning, Nicola. I do come to some far-flung places for you. We've just hiked up Hay Bluff, which is a massive hill just outside Hay-on-Wye. I'm on the Welsh border near Hereford as well. And we've come to find this thing, the monolith. It's about 10 foot tall, as you can see. It's actually hollow, but someone or something has done a great job of getting it up here. It's a serious trek to get up here. It's blowing a gale, it's absolutely freezing. Although good signs, driving through the Welsh countryside, we did see lots of daffodils and spring lambs, so the signs of spring are there. In terms of this thing, you know, this is now probably the 5th or 6th monolith that has appeared in random locations around the world. 4 years ago, there was a spate of them. First, we saw one in California, then in Romania, also the Isle of Wight, and Utah as well. Utah was seen in the desert by people on the helicopter. This one here has been spotted mostly by dog walkers since the weekend when I think it first appeared. And we actually were lucky enough to bump into one of the guys who saw it first, a guy called Craig Muir, a local builder. And I asked him what he made of all this.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think when I first seen it, so I just had to investigate, you know.
What do you think it could be?
I don't know. I mean, you know, your head wanders, doesn't it? But like the first thing I think is, well, someone's put it there or something, and how and why, you know, them questions come into your head. But yeah, it's just one of them.
What are people around here saying about it?
They think almost like a Banksy thing, but with a monument instead. But yeah, I don't know. I see them popping up all over Europe, and there's one in Utah, I think in Texas, or well, wherever it was, somewhere in Utah desert. But yeah, I don't really know. I say when I first seen it, and I went up and investigated, there was no tracks, there was no markings, so it was, it's quite strange to say the least. And you'd think, well, it's quite a big piece of metal, so maybe it's hollow, but it's windy as hell up there, and it's not going anywhere, so. It's quite strange, but yeah, who knows? But
Do you believe in aliens, sir?
yeah.
So as you can see, huge amounts of speculation from locals and also people online that this could be the work of aliens. I'm not sure it is. If you look at the workmanship on the corner here, it's sort of a perforated corner. If you were trying to fold some sheet steel in a workshop, that's probably what you would do. But certainly a tricky job for a couple of guys to get this up here and stick it in the ground. I mean, it's very, very windy, but this is properly solid. It's not going anywhere. So, if we are about to welcome our alien overlords, then I'll refer you to that Ronald Reagan speech to the UN in 1987, when he said, maybe if that does happen, we can put our petty differences aside and come together as a planet. Guys.
We'll see about that, y'all.
Amazing as ever. Quentin's still with us. By the way, tune in tonight to the Independent Republic of Mike Graham from 8 o'clock, because he believes in all this stuff. He'll think that is being dropped by an alien spaceship along with the Loch Ness
Mike
Monster.
Graham?
He will absolutely...
Crop circles.
I'm telling you, seriously, you can grow concrete. Mike Graham tonight at 8. What do you make of that? That's just a con, isn't it?
I bet that dog went up and cocked its leg on it. I mean, maybe a wind farm? Do you think?
I thought it was like a thing for a telephone company. Come on, Nick, you're not into aliens and all that, are you?
Probably erected by some French modern artist.
Yes.
Don't you think?
That is rather my theory about
with
it.
a
sort of Jean-Michel Jarre type.
But I think it's quite an honour for them to have, even if it is,
What, pick
an
Wales?
alien. Yes,
Why?
it is.
Why is it
Well, the great desert of Utah, as that man said, and now the great.
Did you see how many cowpacks were around the bottom of it? Did you see you'd be jammed in with cowpacks? How does that get there? Do you care? Look at it.
No, I think it's incredible, because whoever has put that in Utah has also booked the plans and the plane tickets and the van to put that there in the middle of Wales.
How did
Why
he
they've
carry
done
it?
I do not know.
If you look at the photograph,
oh my God, my wife's texted me. Definitely aliens.
It has a certain numinous quality.
It does.
A what?
It has a certain numinous quality. It's quite. It touches you inside.
Martin says if aliens arrived in this country and saw the state of it, they just keep on going.
Do we have to
pay them $3,000?
Yes, that's why he's done it. That is an illegal migrant or an alien who's got no planet to go to. So he's planted that. We're going to give him £3,000, put him in a 4-star hotel until we send him to another galaxy. That, my friend, sums it all up.
Listen, they might run to another galaxy when they start seeing how human beings are. They don't want nothing to do with us. But no, this is interesting, though, right? Like, as you said, it's hollow, right? It's got a lot of people really wondering, and these have just been popping up. So, Craig Muir, I guess is the way to say it, the guy who was doing the interview, he leaves his house, right, one early Tuesday morning. He's taking his usual walk up the bluff or whatnot, and he spots this very large, shiny, 10-foot tall metal monolith sitting there like a beacon with no apparent trace on how it got there, right? Looks like it just been dropped down from space. No tracks, no footprints. I did see the cow patties around it, right? Because the cows are probably like wondering what's going on. But this, again, is not the only time that a monolith has just magically showed up somewhere. And it does kind of give you Banksy type of vibes, right? And again, this thing is in the middle of nowhere. Now, I did hear some rumors about how these monoliths tend to show up right before a solar eclipse of some type. I don't know how true that is, but this one's definitely making the rounds. And I've seen news agency after news agency after news agency talk about this, what they have dubbed as the Welsh monolith. All right. The Welsh monolith. There's also one in Utah. There's also been one spotted in California, Romania, and Turkey. Right. So it's been multiple places where these silver metal 10-foot monoliths have been popping up. But the real question that I think many have, is this an art installation of some type? Something that is, considered modern art, more representative of the current state of the world. Everybody's interested in everything UFO, everything UAP, everything paranormal at this point. And even in these photos, if you look really closely, you can see that perforation on the corner there on this monolith. You just all the edges really. You can see like a natural perforation that you would usually see when you do bend a metal such as that. So I don't know. Do you guys think it's an art installation like a Banksy 2.0? Or are UFOs dropping these dead into the ground and just leaving them there to be found by human beings? I think it makes for a very fun and interesting story. Oh man, I just smiled big. Shout out to Alien Talk in the building. Absolutely love Alien Talk on Spotify, on YouTube. I don't care where Stuart and Ted go. I'm always going to be there. It's so great to see you. It's an honor as always. You guys have to go check out Alien Talk when you get a chance, spelled just like that. That's the photo. And I recommend you start with the dinosaur story that Ted Rice tells. Amazing story. And the story of 1 foot still being bigger by one size than his other foot ever since an abduction situation that happened many years ago. So anyway, guys, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. But shout out to all of you on YouTube that came through, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Man, you guys are really surprising me out there on X. I'm literally having quadruple the amount of people all of a sudden. It's been going on for a couple weeks now. I don't know what I did over there on X, but people are really showing up for the live stream. So please keep sharing me out. Keep the word out. We're trying to, and listen, I'll continue to bring you these very interesting stories. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I hope y'all have a fantastic Saturday night. Probably the next time I come up here, I'm going to be doing one of those Let's Go Down the Dark Web live streams where we just kind of fiddle around because it's been a while. And I do have one scheduled, but I'm going to schedule it for a time this weekend. So I will be back on before the weekend's out. So keep your notifications on. Now, before I get up out of here, allow me to pay a few bills if you don't mind. Shout out to the LeakYou community. Please join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music.
Please hit the like. Thank you.
And guys, don't forget that if you want to be engaged more with the LeakYou community, definitely come over to our Discord, free of charge. You can find us at discord.gg/LeakYou. And don't forget to subscribe to my official podcast platform. You can find me on anchor.fm/LeakYou. Or Spotify, Amazon, Apple, or Google Podcasts. Again, thanks to each and every one of you for coming through. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, folks.
The judgment sentence that you are an asshole. The trial is over. Thank you, everybody.
Let's play a game. You have 10 seconds to take all your stuff and get out of my life. 10, 9, 8,
God bless you, motherfucker.
You're really smart, like really, really, really smart.